Will the Lakers dominate the league and win the NBA championship this season, or will they underperform and get swept by the Clippers? You're watching Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. I'm your host, Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han. Now today we are going to be discussing some best and worst case scenarios for the purple and gold. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that you do not miss a single second of all things Lakers. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a follow on IG at Hannah Rose Kulik and Twitter at Hannah_Kulik. Now we are still about 2 months away from training camp, but now that the NBA has officially released their season schedule, everyone is just so excited. So today I thought that we could really just kind of predict the future, kind of just pretend like the season already happened, and talked about some best and worst case scenarios for the purple and gold this season. Now let's just get right into our first best case scenario. I'm going to say Anthony Davis wins league MVP. Now I think this is something that is very, very possible, you guys. Anthony Davis is one of the best players in the league. He's arguably the best two-way player in the league, and he is only 26 years old, you guys. It's actually kind of scary because he's just entering his prime. He's been one of the best NBA players ever since joining the league back after he was the first pick in the 2012 NBA draft. And the only problem with Anthony Davis and his career is that he's been playing for kind of a smaller organization in the New Orleans Pelicans, but now he's on the Lakers. He's gonna have that big stage. He's playing for the team he's always wanted to play for, and I can tell you guys, he is hungry. He wants to bring a championship to LA. So I think Anthony Davis is going to have an unbelievable season. I think he is for sure going to be the Lakers' leading scorer. So he definitely could be the league MVP this season, and I would love to see it. But I am curious, do you guys think AD could be the NBA league MVP this season? If you do, type Y for yes. If not, type N down below. Okay, now our first worst case scenario for the Lakers this season is that the injury bug strikes again. Now, one of the main reasons that we have lost more games these last 6 years than any other NBA franchise is mainly due to these crazy injuries that we've had to really all of our players. You know, we saw even our young guys that we drafted. You know, we saw Julius Randle break his leg. We saw D'Angelo Russell struggle with knee issues, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. All of these young players who, when you're first entering the league, you should be completely healthy. We all saw them go down with injuries. We even saw LeBron James last season struggle with a groin injury, and obviously that really negatively impacted our season because before that we were really playing well. So one of the keys to this season, of course, is going to be if the Lakers are able to stay healthy, and if they are, I believe that they are going to be able to have a long and successful season. But if for some reason the injury bug strikes again and just keeps knocking on our door, you guys, we may be in for a long season. So we all need to keep our fingers crossed that the injury bug does not strike us this season. Now, we all had our vaccinations against these annoying injury bugs, but now let's talk about another best case scenario, because I don't really want to dwell on these worst case scenarios. So another best case scenario for the Lakers is that Kuz becomes that third star. Now, you all know this is something that I would love to see. I'm a big Kyle Kuzma fan. Obviously, a lot is riding on him this season. He knows he really has a big platform this year, that this could really be a make or break year for him. He knows that. I know he's been putting in so much work this offseason. He's been gaining a ton of experience practicing and trying out for Team USA. And, you know, Kuz is a guy that's always kind of been this underdog throughout his entire career. He was drafted the 27th overall pick in the 2017 draft by the Lakers, and no one really expected anything for him. But look, out of all of the players that the Lakers have drafted, all of the young guys who are supposed to be the face of the franchise, Kuz is really the last man standing. He's the only young player that we drafted who's still on this team, and for a good reason. You guys, there is a reason that the Lakers were not willing to part ways with Kuz in any sort of trade package, that they went to such lengths to try to keep him, because they believe, and I believe, that he really has the potential to be the star. And ever since really entering the NBA, he really has proved himself. You know, he set a Lakers rookie franchise record in threes made. This past season, he was also also MVP of the Rising Stars game. You know, he really has just been an unbelievable player for us. Obviously, one of the biggest keys to Kuzma's season this year is going to be his three-point shooting. His rookie season, he shot about 36% from three. Last season, he did struggle a little bit more, only shot about 30%, but if he can get that number back up to 36%, even more, then I think he's going to be able to have that potential to be that third star, especially if he is able to improve defensively, which I know he's been working on a lot as well. So obviously, Kuz ending up being that third star for the Lakers and having a great season is a best case scenario for them this season. And we still have a couple more best and worst case scenarios for the purple and gold this season, but before we do, if you guys like sports betting and you would want to win a free NBA jersey, go message me right now on my Instagram at Hannah Kulik and or my Twitter at Hannah_Kulik, and I will explain to you guys how you can win a free NBA jersey. Any player, any team, it is so easy. I'm so grateful for Chat Sports' sponsor, MyBookie, allowing me this opportunity to be able to give you guys some jerseys and really help you guys be able to make sure that you are decked out in your favorite sports gear this season. So make sure to not miss out on this opportunity. Go message me on my Twitter and IG right now, but let's move on to some more of these best and worst case scenarios. Let's talk about another best case scenario for the Lakers this season, and this one is that all of the point guards play well and that they really all play by committee. Now obviously, you know, the Lakers starting point guard in the point guard situation is one of the biggest question marks going into this season. We have so many guys who really could take that role. It could be, you know, Avery Bradley, it could be Quinn Cook, Alex Caruso, Rajon Rondo. We could also even see LeBron James being that kind of point guard for us as well. That's what all the reports are saying. But at the bottom line, I think the biggest thing that would make this team the most successful is that if all of these players really play at a high level and if they are all able to play by committee and really be able to make their minutes count. I want to see Quinn Cook be able to shoot lights out, really take advantage of this opportunity, not having to live in Steph Curry's shadow anymore. I want to see Alex Caruso continue to earn respect in the league. I'd like to see Rajon Rondo stay healthy, be that playmaker that we all know him to be. I'd love to see Avery Bradley return to the Avery Bradley that was on the Boston Celtics a few years back. And of course, I would love to see LeBron James continue to play at a high level, which I'm not too concerned about, obviously. But at the end of the day, you know, I know there are a lot of reports saying that LeBron James should be the starting point guard, but I believe that actually should be another guy to be the starting point guard. I believe it really should be Avery Bradley or Quinn Cook, but I would say Avery Bradley, honestly, because then we would have a backcourt of Avery Bradley and Danny Green. We would have two guys who are great 3-and-D players. Avery Bradley is a tremendous defender. He'd be able to guard the quicker, more elite point guards from the other team. And then we could also obviously have LeBron James in that starting lineup, being that kind of de facto point guard for us, being the playmaker, main ball handler, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have to guard the other team's kind of quicker point guard, which we know is not going to be the best case scenario for the Lakers if he is the guy in charge to do that. So I think that the best case scenario for the Lakers is that really all of these guys play well, they all shoot the ball well, they all have, you know, extremely successful seasons. It allows LeBron James to just kind of be able to take a little bit of a break. He's not going to have to fully rely on him. He can just kind of be more of the ball handler. So that is what I think would just be the best case scenario. I believe that Avery Bradley would be the best case to be the Lakers starting point guard, and then have LeBron be in that lineup as well, but be more the de facto point guard. But I'm curious, who do you guys think should be the Lakers starting point guard? Do you think it should be Avery Bradley? If you do, type A down below, or if you think it should be LeBron James, type L down below. Now, another worst case scenario for the Lakers would be that the shooters don't shoot well. Last season, we saw the Lakers end up 29th overall in three-point shooting, which is obviously a major reason to why we did not make the playoffs this last season. But you know, the front office really learned from their mistakes. It appears they went out this offseason. They signed a bunch of guys who are supposed to be light out three-point shooters, those 3-and-D guys that the Lakers have so desperately needed. But what if for some reason it just doesn't happen this season. And those guys that were supposed to be great shooters like Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, what if they just can't shoot all of a sudden? You know, Quinn Cook has never really had that much playing time, that big of an opportunity, because he's always played behind Steph Curry. What if now that he is getting it, he's just not as good as we all thought? What if Troy Daniels doesn't shoot well? What if Kyle Kuzma can't get his three-point shot up back to more towards to what it was his rookie season? You know, what if Avery Bradley struggles? What if Danny Green struggles? You just never know, you guys, especially if playing for the purple and gold. This is a new stage and a platform like these players have never seen. What if they crack under pressure? Obviously, that would be something that would greatly deter this Lakers season. On paper, looks like it's going to be great. It looks like we're going to have these amazing three-point shooters, the perfect roster to really surround Anthony Davis and LeBron James. But at the end of the day, if for some reason these guys cannot knock down their looks, which they're going to get a lot of open looks, obviously, because we have these two superstars in LeBron and Anthony Davis, but if they cannot knock them down, it's going to be a rough season for us. So the Lakers shooters really shooting the ball well is one of the keys to our season as well. And if they don't, it's a worst case scenario. Now let's have another worst case scenario, because I want to end this video on a high note with a best case scenario. Worst case scenario is that the Clippers have a better record than the Lakers, and that they beat the Lakers in the playoffs, and that they go on to win the NBA championship. Now obviously this is like the worst case scenario for all Laker fans. We all know that the rivalry between the Clippers and the Lake Show this season is going to be probably one of the most entertaining things in the entire NBA season. And we say that now, we say it's going to be fun, it's going to be entertaining, but at the end of the day, the Lakers don't beat the Clippers and they don't have a better record than them and go on to have a more successful season. It's going to be a complete shit show. Pardon my language, but that's just what it's going to be. Obviously, when Kawhi and Paul George, two of the best players in the NBA, decided to shock the entire NBA world, and especially Laker fans, and go team up and play for the Clippers, that created this rivalry like we have never seen. And honestly, I've never wanted to beat a team so badly, and I have never wanted a team to have a not successful season, probably more so even than the Houston Rockets when Dwight Howard went and joined the Houston Rockets, probably even more than the Boston Celtics. That's pretty crazy for me to say that I'm actually more inclined to root for the Boston Celtics this season than the Los Angeles Clippers, but that just goes to show how badly I want us to kick their butts. But we're gonna see pretty soon, guys, because we kick off the season actually at the LA Clippers home game, whatever you want to call it. Still Laker home game. Relax, it's LA. It's always going to be a Laker home game when we're playing at Staples, but we are going to kick off our season playing against the Clippers October 22nd, so we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, but Lakers gotta beat the Clippers, guys. Okay, now rounding out our best and worst case scenarios for the Lakers this season, I think you guys may know where I'm going with this, but we have the Lakers end up with the best record in the NBA, and they win the NBA championship, and I'm just gonna throw it out there, we also sweep the Clippers in the playoffs. Let's just throw that out there just for fun. Now, the Lakers are predicted to win about 52 games this season, but I think they can win more than that. And what if they win 60? What if they end up with the best record in the NBA? What if everything clicks? What if Anthony Davis is the league MVP, our leading scorer? What if LeBron James has an amazing season? What if all of our role players really shine and have tremendous seasons, and we just completely dominate the entire NBA? That would obviously be the best case scenario for us Laker fans. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to put it out in the universe that we are going to finish with the best record in the NBA, and that we are going to be winning that NBA championship. Obviously, the Western Conference is extremely deep. There really are about 7 teams that could honestly take that top spot in the Western Conference, but I believe at the end of the day, if all of the stars are aligned and all these players play at the level that I am expecting they're going to be playing at, I think there is no reason that the Lakers cannot take that #1 spot and ultimately win the championship. Alright, now that is going to do it for my best and worst case scenarios for the Lakers this season, but comment down below if you have another best or worst case scenario. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, don't forget to give this video a double thumbs up if you liked it, and of course don't forget to subscribe here on Chat Sports and the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel for all things Lakers. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I will have that all down below as well. And until next time, you guys, Laker Hand is out. Bye, guys.